Fear is not just a word, it's the biggest prison in your life. This fear creates an invisible wall around you, one you can't even recognize. You can't touch it, but it stops every decision, every step you take, and even halts the movement of your dreams. You may think, I'm just an ordinary person. What fear could I possibly have? But the truth is, everyone has some kind of fear inside them. Some fear failure, others fear humiliation, some fear loneliness, and others fear the uncertainty of the future. These fears silently settle inside you, and you may not even realize what you're losing. The nature of fear is very subtle. It doesn't directly tell you, I'm going to ruin your life. Instead, it says, can you do it? What will people say? What if you fail? These little questions slowly drain your courage and build an invisible emptiness in place of your confidence. You can do everything, but you do nothing. Fear keeps you busy, but for no reason at all. Fear becomes a habit to the point that you forget to hear your inner voice. Fear comes in two forms. One is the real fear, like if you touch fire, you'll burn. Or if you fall from a height, your life will be at risk. These fears are necessary because they protect you. But the second fear is imagined fear. This fear isn't real, but it keeps playing in your mind like a movie. For example, when you're about to start something new, your mind immediately says, I can't do it. Everyone will laugh. What if it's wrong? What if I get embarrassed? These fears are a mixture of your past experiences, society's teachings, family fears, memories of failures, and doubts about yourself, all coming together to form a huge wall. So the question is, how do you break this wall? The first step is to understand fear. Fear is not reality. It's a what-if fear. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I'm humiliated? These are all thoughts that are created in your mind. And fear never physically harms you. It only stops your future. If you can recognize fear, you can also escape it. Now let's talk about self-confidence. Self-confidence doesn't mean you know or can do everything. It means I can learn, I can keep trying, I can surpass myself. Self-confidence means that even when others doubt you, you can still see your own strength. Even when no one is there, you stand tall as your own shadow. Self-confidence is not something external. It's an inner strength that destroys fear, replaces despair, and turns possibilities into reality. But does self-confidence come just by saying it? It's built, little by little, like how drops of water over time leave a mark on a stone. The first task is to recognize your fears. Write them down. Yes, write them down. When you write your fears on paper, they no longer remain a vague enemy inside you. You can face them and say, you can't stop me. The second task is to do one thing every day that scares you a little. Whether it's talking to a stranger, recording a video, expressing your opinion, or making a decision in your own way. These small steps eventually build mountain-sized self-confidence. Do you know when fear is the most powerful? When you compare yourself to others. When you see someone else's success on social media and feel small, fear whispers, you'll never be like that. But the truth is, you didn't come to this world to be someone else. You came to become yourself. Your pace, your path, your struggles, your goals are all different. If you're a flower, why envy the bird? If you're a river, why not take pride in flowing instead of trying to be like a mountain? Just as you are, that is your uniqueness. Making mistakes, failing, or stopping, all of these are not the end of self-confidence. Rather, self-confidence is born within these mistakes. Just as a baby learns to walk by falling, just as an artist makes mistakes with colors and one day paints a masterpiece, you too will grow stronger through your own mistakes. You must defeat fear not by giving up, but by facing it with courage. Once there was a tortoise, small, slow, and easily stopped. The birds used to say, "It can't do anything." But one day that very tortoise reached the top of a mountain. Everyone then asked, "How did you do it?" It replied, "You laughed at my pace, but I believed in my steadiness." This is the real story of self-confidence. The deep roots of fear lie hidden in your brain. Do you know what happens? When you fear something, a small part of your brain called the amygdala gets activated. This part works for your safety. But the problem starts when the amygdala keeps sending one wrong signal after another. Failure, fear, humiliation, fear, something new, fear, change, fear. These false danger signals slowly pull you away from yourself. Even when you dream, you can't move forward because your inner resistance constantly says, "This is not for you." But you forget this fear is not real. It's a program. This fear program needs to be changed with a different kind of habit. That is silent self-inquiry. When you sit quietly for a moment with no phone, no people, just listening to your breath, that's when you can first separate your inner fear from the outside voice. You can realize this fear isn't mine. It's the fear of my family, the fear of society, the fear from my past, the fear from wrong teachings. I don't want these fears controlling my future. In that moment, confidence is born. Being silent doesn't just mean stopping the noise, but preparing to listen to your inner voice loudly. Do you know when confidence is created? When you can deeply connect with your thoughts, feelings, and fears. Everything. This connection is only possible when you go inside yourself. Just 10 minutes every day, sitting with your breath, observing the flow of your thoughts. This habit will introduce you to your deepest power. Do you know, confidence doesn't always mean courage. Sometimes it means moving forward with tears in your eyes. Sometimes confidence means standing and saying, "Yes, I failed, but I will try again." If someone ever tells you, you can't do it, there's no need to respond. Just work silently, hold on to your inner awakening, and time will prove them wrong. A major trap of fear is perfection. You think, if everything isn't perfect, I won't do it. That creates fear. You must understand, you are here to learn, to experience, not to be perfect, but to be progressing. You will make mistakes, you will stumble, but you will rise, and that's where your true confidence begins. Confidence doesn't come the day you win. Confidence is born the day you lose, and still say, "I'll start again." There's a memorable quote. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Dale Carnegie. Fear can only be conquered through action. No matter how much you read, listen, or know, if you don't take action, fear will never decrease. Take small steps every day. Make a call that scares you. Create a video. Start reading a book. Talk to someone new. These small steps build mountain-sized confidence inside you. If you tell yourself, "I'm small, I'm ordinary, I don't have much," you are insulting your own power. Confidence means understanding your abilities and using them. Do you know how the most famous people in the world started? Humiliation, failure, scarcity, misunderstandings, all were there. But still, they didn't stop because they believed in their inner voice. If you can step out of that voice of fear and doubt, one day you'll create something that is now just a dream. There's another form of fear, fear of criticism. What will people say? This fear has destroyed the most talent in the world. Honestly, will you hold back your dreams for others' opinions? People will always say something. Whether you do well or badly, whether you do nothing or something, they'll talk. So who are you living for? For them or for the peace of your soul? Once you realize that people's opinions will never define your true future, you'll be free. The biggest pillar of self-confidence is self-respect. How much you respect yourself determines how far you will go in the future. Stop thinking of yourself as small. You don't even know what you could be. You don't know how powerful your brain is, how deep your soul is, and how much impact your confidence can have on this world. You just need to take some time to sit with yourself, recognize your fears, and build the habit of courage every day. Do one thing every morning, stand in front of the mirror, look into your eyes and say, "I'm ready. I will embrace fear. I will not break. I will build. I will not tremble. I will shine. I am my own future." Saying this simple yet profound sentence every day will gradually change the neural pathways of your brain. Believe it or not, the brain is a program. It changes with your words, your beliefs, and your daily habits. You may think, "I am alone." Yes, maybe you are alone now. But being alone doesn't mean weakness. It means an opportunity to connect deeply with your soul. The person who learns to be alone learns to face their fears. And the person who has looked fear in the eye breaks free from it. Now is the time to turn your fear into your weapon. When you are afraid, it means you are standing in front of a new gate. Now you just have to open the door and step through. Believe me, breaking fear means winning your future. Confidence means seeing the future you never even imagined.